Hello, my name is Robert Dean Steele, and this is your daily Bible class. We're looking today at Revelation chapter 18. Now, in Revelation chapter 17, we had, of course, the whole revelation of Babylon and the woman thereof. And now we have, in Revelation chapter 18, what we would call the lament over Babylon. Listen to what it says. After this, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, and he had great authority, and the earth was illuminated by his splendor. And with a mighty voice he shouted. So here we have this wonderful vision of heaven. John again sees an angel coming down out of heaven. And this angel had great authority, and the earth was illuminated by his splendor. One of the things that is absolutely fantastic about the whole book of Revelation is the interaction between the earth and heaven, between the authority of God and the authority of Satan. It's a cosmic conflict. And now you have this angel coming down, and with a mighty voice he says this, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She was a dwelling place for demons and a haunt for impure spirits, a haunt for every unclean bird, and a haunt for every unclean and detestable animal." I think you're kind of getting the background of the fact that as far as this place was, it was a haunt for everything evil that could possibly be done. I mean, when it came to, for example, a dwelling for demons. And of course, demons are always looking for a place to dwell. And where better than in a city or in a particular area or a particular system? And they are literally dwelling in our worldly system. Every time you turn around, there's a demonic activity happening. But the marvelous thing is that we need to realize today that for every demon, there are two angels who can combat them. And that's why it's so important that in this time period, you ask the Lord to send his angels to minister their grace and be a ministering spirit sent on your behalf. What I basically do when I pray is I say, Lord, every time there's an enemy, a demon that rises up, let there be two angels standing in the way and saying, you cannot go any further. Secondly, he said, it was a haunt for every impure spirit. Every evil that could possibly happen was being done in the name of the beast or the Antichrist. And Babylon was that place where he and all those that were involved with him were involved. Now, some people say, well, it could be a physical place, and it could be a physical place. It could also just be the worldly system and the direction of this whole world under the power of the Antichrist. He says, for every unclean bird and every unclean thing that's detestable. Then he goes on to say, and all the nations have drunk the maddening wine of her adulteries. Now, in the last chapter, it talked about the adulteries of the prostitute of Babylon. And it says, these people, they drank and they became obsessed and they became mad. They were doing insane things that they would not normally do. But you have to understand, when you're under the power of the enemy, you don't know what you're doing. Remember when Jesus was hanging on the cross and he said, Father, forgive them, they know not what they do. Well, of course, they're blinded by the god of this world and they're doing his bidding, even though they would not say that. They say, oh no, I'm doing my own bidding. No. When you're not a follower of Jesus Christ, you are under the control and under the influence of the enemy. And it says the kings of the earth committed adultery with her. Of course they did. They did every imaginable thing possible, both on the physical and on the spiritual side. They were, of course, coming after the people of God, trying to kill the people of God. One of the things that we talk about in the last days is about the fact that people will think they're actually doing the will of God by killing Christians. That's what's happening right now in the Middle East. There are people of the Muslim faith who are killing Christians believing they are doing the will of God, the will of Allah. And of course, we are well aware of that those that follow Islam, especially the radical Islam, are doing the will of their father, but their father, the devil. And it says, and the merchants of the earth grew rich from her excessive luxuries. Well, it was a time of great prosperity, but now the judgment of God has fallen upon Babylon. And so the merchants who were making money are now losing money. and there is a lament over this whole situation. So it's the beginning of the fall and the lament over Babylon, that Babylonian system, that worldly system that has been under the control of both Satan and the Antichrist. God has brought it down, and that is the one thing that we need to understand. God will bring down. Whatever exalts itself shall be humbled, and whoever humbles themselves will be exalted. So today, give your life to Jesus Christ, walk in humility, and see the victory of the Lord in your situation. My name is Robert Dean Steele. This is your daily Bible class, and you have yourself a great and godly day.